Hello and welcome to another edition of Jason's Shop. Today we are dealing with a multi-sharpener that I purchased on eBay. This is an older one. This is the Plasplugs, the light's kind of bad here, ultra sharp. The phone that I was using to do my videos, which work very well in all lights, was misplaced by my children. I'm not really happy with them right now. This sharpener here is one of the first generation of these kinds of multi-sharpeners. There are attachments for drill bits, which was what I was most interested in. And there is a hand chisel sharpening attachment and a scissor blade attachment. Now when I got this, the grinding wheel looks like it had never ever been used. So I'm guessing that it was a new one and never used. So we're going to take a look at it and see how well it functions. Now, being a first generation, tools have gotten a lot cheaper in the past few years, and Harbor Freight sells a model of this, and it's not really a very impressive one. So what we have basically is just a motor with a tiny wheel attached to it. Now, while the wheel could be dressed as any grinding wheel, I'm not sure how easy it would be to find a replacement for these things. Once they do kind of go down, and every time you grind on, it's going to take a little bit off of it. So, anyway, we're going to take a look and see how this operates. I'm going to have to get an extension cord and hook it up. Okay, I have got it hooked up. Now these attachments, and we're going to do the drill bit first, just kind of slide it in like this, and they lock in place. The motor itself does not really appear to be very powerful. You find a slot that the drill bit will fit in, which it will fit in this slot, and you move it down here to the starting position. I guess it's right there. Okay, and you insert the drill bit down in there. Okay. As you can see, it's stopping the motor. And you have to rotate it to sharpen both sides of the drill. Now, actually, it's pretty sharp. Now, accuracy, I can kind of, let me get my glasses on here. Let's see here. Not exactly accurate. Of course, it would depend on how much pressure putting on one side as opposed to the other. But, and I can see that there is a little, there's a lot of platforming, I guess you could say, different, platforms where the grinder wheel struck it. Now, I will say this, my father and I were working on my sunroom, which collapsed during the last snowstorm, and we had a drill that we were using to drill pilot holes, and he commented, he's like, oh, this drill bit is so dull. Well, I took the drill bit and I put it in this machine a few times and brought it back, and it was just drilling the pilot holes like fine. So for an application, nothing like tool and die or machine, you would not want to use this thing. The Foley bell saw sharpener, drill bit sharpener, which I have, that attaches to the sharp awl, is much more effective, much more cleaner, and much more accurate, but it is a pain in the butt to set up. So for on-the-fly drill sharpening, for like pilot holes or something like that, or just getting a drill back kind of in shape where it will cut after you send it through drywall or something, this is probably pretty decent. But again, worth the money? I don't know. Okay, let's try something else. We're going to try, this is a knife and scissor sharpener. I'll turn it a little bit to where I can, let me make sure I'm still on camera. Yeah, okay. Alright, so same thing, you just put the attachment on here. Alrighty, here we go. Seems to be cutting it at a kind of a different angle. That's not odd because, different manufacturers use different angles to this thing, but I'm noticing here it's cutting a little more out than I would really want it to. Let's try the one on the top. There's different ones here. I haven't really played a lot with this, you know. It's kind of interesting and new for me too. So I'm going to bring this over here. That's a lot better, okay, but it's still hitting at a different. Whoa, again, stopping. Okay. It's not touching the blade, or the blade tip. It's touching the upper part of the blade. So if you sharpen this, you would need to put a different edge on. Okay, so I'm going to try the other side now. Improvising here, putting a little bit. Okay. I'll shut this off and I'll go get a piece of paper in the other room real quick. And we'll see how we did. Pretty sharp, actually. It cuts a lot better than it did. These are my shop scissors, and it's not extremely pretty for sharpening standards, so if you had a sharpening business, this probably wouldn't work out very good. I'd trust the 1055 Sharp a whole lot more. At this point, to be honest with you, sharpening chisels, I don't know. I don't really think this would really make a good chisel sharpener because it takes one. You know, from if you watch my chisel sharpening videos, the wheel, you know, will make a groove, you know, corresponding to the wheel radius in the chisel. This is going to make one heck of a groove, and it takes a lot of power to sharpen a hand chisel. I honestly don't think this is going to sharpen a chisel very good. And so anyway, I'm going to refrain from sharpening the chisel because I just don't think at this point it will work. One of these sharpeners kind of will give you a good idea. I'd say for sharpening on a scale of 1 to 5, sharpening scissors, I would give it probably a 4. Okay, I wouldn't go and sharpen upholstery shears or anything on it, but just regular, you know, good old, sure enough scissors, they'll bring a dull pair back. Drill bits, I would give it probably a 3 out of 5. And chisels, I really can't even rate it, but I wouldn't rate it very high. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe this can help you get a idea of, you know, if you really want to buy one of these things or whether it would be a good addition to your shop or not. Thank you. If you like the video and my channel, hit like and subscribe because I got a lot more stuff coming out.